David Southwick, Victoria Shadow Minister for Police and Corrections, live in Melbourne. Good morning. How much consultation have you had with police on this bill?
Yeah, so we've been talking to the Police Association. Certainly the police at the front line have had a gutful of what they have to do in many cases babysitting protesters, but particularly the extremists that we're seeing that have hijacked our city and our state.
Alright, so when it comes to these protests, the police have had a gutful. That's what this guy says. He's representing them, obviously. As far as I'm concerned, the police can represent themselves as they do on the news. So make sure you listen to that and not the politics so much when it comes to what they believe the police are sick of. I think it's more like the politics are sick of doing certain things or hearing certain things, and so they will make another law is why certain protests are happening. Isn't that right? But anyway, let's have a listen of what police are so sick of.
Working with one arm tied behind their back. And I think most Victorians, when they saw the Nazis on the Friday night being what was effectively escorted by police because police don't have the powers to do anything, I think most Victorians have had enough. They've had a gutful, and that's why we have suggested...
Now, what I suggest is that you don't up the powers to attack protests. What you do is you find out why the protests are happening, right? As I talk about, I don't feel safe here. And so if I had a little group that I feel safe with to go out in the public to protest in the right areas that I believe that would work, and risk my life to do that, I would go do that. The last thing you'd want is police having more powers to just come and grab you and really not listen, right? And stop protests before they get bad. Now, of course, protests shouldn't get bad, but in some cases, you're seeing a lot of protests all around the world that all of a sudden the police will just come in, right, and make a move when technically they shouldn't. That's the government, and all hell breaks loose when it comes to most riots. Other than that, it's very small groups. You can deal with them. You can blow them up as big as you want to talk about how these groups fail certain areas in protests, and the protest people, if they want to get somewhere, would deal with that group if they believed that that group did the wrong thing, right? But anyway, we get outcomes like this because...
these powers to be able to give police more ability to be able to do something. And it was the Premier 8 months ago, after the firebombing of a Dutch synagogue, that said she was going to do something.
And that's what people are getting sick of, powers that not need.